I've never been a morning person. My entire childhood, it was always a struggle to get out of bed. And as a young adult, I would get out of bed 5 minutes before I needed to leave the house. So you can only imagine the rush, of course, and I would be late everywhere. I think part of me enjoyed the thrill of snoozing indefinitely and then having to rush out of bed until I realized that I was not only hurting myself in the process, but I had no respect for other people and their time. But now in my old age, I truly understand the importance of a morning routine. So I want to share it with you all and highlight some habits that I've been developing in order to brighten my mood, give me more energy, boost my productivity, and just make me feel better overall. So this is my ideal morning routine, and I've been loving it. I wish I could say I woke up at 5 or 6 a.m. every day and got my day started bright and early, but I don't. I don't force myself to do the things that just don't come naturally. So I don't get up early. But once I do get up, I make my bed. I find that once I get it done, it not only makes me feel so good to cross the first item on my list, but it also kickstarts my routine in my mind. My therapist said that it's easier to keep the ball rolling once it leaves your hand, and making my bed is how I get the ball rolling. From that point, I'll do my hygiene routine, such as brushing my teeth, washing my face, and that really wakes me up. I also try to get some water in first thing in the morning. Then I like to do some yoga. This habit started about a year ago, and you won't believe how stiff you are in the morning until you start stretching. This allows me to start my day on a stress-free note, connect with my body, stretch my muscle, and it's just such a peaceful moment for myself. Once I started this habit during the pandemic, I realized how much I needed to start my day on a stress-free note. And I'm not gonna lie to you, girl, I do this in my pajamas. If I have to change into something else, the likelihood of me doing this is pretty low. Right after yoga, I take 5 minutes to meditate. Now this is fairly new and I'm still getting used to it, which is why I only do 5 minutes. My mind starts to wander heavily after that and I start thinking about all the things that I need to do during the day. So it makes me more anxious than anything if I do more than 5 minutes. But 5 minutes is the sweet spot I find just to calm the soul, calm my mind, do some breathing work, and I do feel much relaxed afterwards. Now before we move on, I would like to point out that I do have some bad habits that I'm still trying to curb, such as being on my phone a lot in the morning. And if I don't watch myself, I would just sit there after my meditation and start browsing YouTube a little too long. You can see how comfortable I was getting there. And then it's time for me to refuel my body. Obviously, food is life, and I also try to take my vitamins in the morning. I really hate drinking pills, so comment down below if you're like me. But attaching that habit to something else, such as eating in the morning, keeps me accountable, and I find that I actually drink my vitamins. That day, my husband made me a not so healthy breakfast. And although I try to stay away from bread, who can say no to this BLT sandwich, huh? Now, this isn't really typical in my morning routine, but this video was actually filmed on a Saturday. So I had this internal battle about tidying up the kitchen. And as you can see it in my face, I was pretty conflicted. But since I was already in the flow, I was like, just do it, Jen. It would only take a few minutes, and it took less than 10 minutes for me to empty the dishwasher, wash a few dishes, and of course, feed my dog. Now back to my morning routine, the gratitude journal. I can be inconsistent there as well, but when I sit down and think about the things that I'm grateful for, it just opens a flow of gratitude. It's so much better to focus on the positive than the depression, the anxiety, or what's not going well. It's also so easy for our minds to be trapped in the dark if we allow it. So for me, forcing myself to think positively has been such a game changer. Gratitude is basically the experiment of counting your blessings, and it's like a magic pill to make you feel happier. It really helps reframe your thinking, and you feel the difference. I know I do when I skip it or when I actually do it. And it only takes a few minutes a day. From that point on, I would love to say that I get dressed and get my workday started. But I work from home, so I don't always get dressed. Sometimes I just dive right in while I'm in my pajamas or my robe. And like I said, it was a Saturday, so I just got to work very cozy. But having a routine, especially as a new entrepreneur, keeps me consistent. It really isn't about motivation, because once I rely on my emotions or how I feel that day, then honestly, I get nothing done. But once I get the ball rolling, it keeps going. So really, my morning routine is about creating an environment that cultivates the things that I want, which is calmness, peace, health, and productivity. So what is your morning routine, if you have one? And if you don't, I think you should start implementing one. One that fits your life and that aligns with the things that you want to do. It doesn't have to take long. For me, it takes about an hour, and I'm sure you're worth more than that.